Harmonization of standards is key to lowering the price of food and strengthening food security through eased cross-border trade across Africa.
Speakers at the close of the 11th African Grain Trade Summit called for unified grain standards and the removal of the trade barriers, arguing that predictable and efficient grain markets are essential for farmers, traders and households grappling with high food prices.
EAC and Regional Development Cabinet Secretary Beatrice Askul, who also chairs the EAC Council of Ministers, said Africa cannot continue spending $48 billion annually on food imports, while local producers face market fragmentation and inconsistent regulations.
Africa struggles with high food prices due to unfavorable weather, rising import bill and poor infrastructure, despite the continent having some of the most fertile lands in the world. In 2024, Africa imported food valued at close to 8 trillion shillings, with rice, maize and corn oil topping the list. Despite many attempts to modernize agriculture and address inefficiencies, the continent of close to 1.5 billion people hosts the largest population of hungry people in the world.
For Zanzibar, these conversations carry special urgency. Our dependence on imported food, with over 80% of our staple consumption sourced externally, is a reminder that resilience must start at home. At the same time, our growing export base in clothes, seaweed, and manufactured goods shows us that transformation is possible with the right policies and partnerships.
I call on the national governments to continue investing in enabling infrastructure and regulatory reforms. I appeal to our development partners to align financing and technical assistance with the African growing agenda.
Policymakers say Africa's food security challenge is less about limited capacity and more about fragmented markets and uneven standards that restrict the movement of foods from surplus to deficit regions.
Africa cannot secure its future without securing food for its people, and grain markets are central to this vision. Our deliberations here in Zanzibar have underscored the urgent need to strengthen resilience, enhance competitiveness, and accelerate integration of our grain systems.
EAC Cabinet Secretary Beatrice Askul is calling for the removal of non-tariff barriers, noting that long queues and multiple inspections raise the price of food for ordinary citizens.
Kenya remains fully committed to advancing policies and initiatives that make cross-border grain trade smoother, predictable, and efficient.
The CS has launched the upgraded Regional Agricultural Trade Intelligence Network, a real-time platform monitoring grain and pulses prices across 54 border points in 14 eastern and southern African countries. The tool is expected to empower farmers with better price intelligence and strengthen regional supply chains. Trevor Ngendo for Prime Edition.